Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Elsa banner ending and the fact that we're going to be getting Soren in just under a day's time. Now, if you're wondering exacts, you can go over to the info page over here in the notices and check it out. They do have everything about Soren. So what I want to do here is talk about Soren himself and the idea of pulling for him. Now, I'm not going to say you should or shouldn't because obviously I don't have the character first, but because this is our first A-level character that's going to have a rate up banner, I want to go through some of the math on the A-level characters using your diamonds and rate up tickets for them versus the S levels and give you guys my summary on my thoughts on what requirements would have to be met for me to pull for Soren. Now, when he does drop, I'll probably do some summons, I'll do some testing, I'll give you guys my first impressions, but as always with these things, it takes a while to form a firm opinion on whether you should pull him. So if you're one of those people on the fence, I always recommend waiting, but I want to go through everything in this video before he actually drops so you guys have an understanding, because I won't be able to make those videos straight away because once again they take time to test, see if anyone comes up with some brilliant strats with him and stuff like that. But the first thing you'll know is that you can basically just look at your go to your summons and check the timer on Elsa to know when this guy is going to drop in. Now for this one, the rate up hero is A level. Recruiting that hero will grant you 8 rate up heroes at once. So when you're summoning for him, instead of getting one copy of him like you do in the with the S level characters, you're going to go ahead and you're getting 8 copies. Now, if we jump over here to Pride Win, we can see the copies we need for Ascensions to work out some of the math of these guys compared to the S level characters. Now, you need 2 to get to Elise plus your base copy plus the 1. Then it goes to 5, 9, 14, 22, 32, 44. So you need 44 copies. So when you're getting 8 copies of the character from the summons over here when you go and do it, that means you essentially need to get it 5.5 times. Now, if the dude is available straight away in the shop, in the Dream Store shop, then you'll be able to hit him 5 times on the banner and then pick up 4 copies from the shop. If he is not in the shop straight away and you want to get him to Mythic Plus, you're going to have to hit this 6 times. Now, that is, for pity, that is 72-ish, dude, that's quick math on my top of my head, to 72-ish K diamonds. Now, if we go over and we look at the S level characters, you need 1 copy at base, then 2, 4, 6. You only need the 6 copies of them to get them there, which is once again the same thing. You're essentially hitting that rate up unit 6 times. So basically, now the one thing to remember is with the and this is only talking about Mythic Plus, this is not talking about going to Supreme Plus, because I feel like for a lot of especially free to play, they're the ones that are going to be tossing up this decision, and Mythic Plus is like sort of the place that most people settle for. Now, when we take a look at that, you've got to hit them the same amount of times, but the S levels do have to add acorns into that for Ascensions, the extra 150 acorns. But for me personally, and provided we do have to wait and see, but I am running off the presumption that every A-level character will be eventually in this shop. And then you will be able to summon for A-level characters while you're summoning for S-level characters. So for me, I don't love the value of summoning for an A-level character from the rate up banner. I just feel like they are more easy to come by because you can get them in the shop. And if they are that meta, well, you get them, you prioritize them from the shop. And that is the way I personally feel about it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. That is just a personal feeling for me. And it comes down to what you think. For me, I think spending 72,000-ish diamonds, like 70,000 diamonds is round around, like you could get lucky, you know, let's say 60,000 diamonds. Spending 60,000 diamonds to get an A-level character to Mythic Plus when I know I could just eventually just get them up there through the shop and through having them on my wish list, as opposed to a new S-level character, it just doesn't feel as good to me. So that is my thoughts. Now, would I summon for Soren personally? This is a very interesting one. I think for me personally, if I was to summon for Soren, he would have to be like top tier in at least 2 aspects of the game, with requirements that I can already meet. We already know that he's looking like having synergies with Elsa. For free to play, getting Elsa and Soren, it's just not really viable at all. I don't think, unless you say it from the very start of the game. So if he requires Elsa to be good, well, I'm skipping him. Like, there's just no point in that for me because I don't have Elsa. Now, if with requirements that I can meet, meaning using the characters that I have on my account, if I can make him work and be top tier in 2 aspects of the game, and when I talk in aspects of the game, I'm looking at arena, I'm looking at AFK stages, and I'm also looking at bossing. Bossing being the highest priority for me because I was busy at the start of my season, so I've been shunted from about the top 20 in my boss battles to about top 60 to 80. So if I can creep back in bossing, I would love that. But essentially, I think this guy needs to be top tier in 2 or like absolutely broken setting new standards in one of them, ideally bossing, for me to actually go ahead and pull for him. Besides that, I think he's just a unit that even if he's good and worthwhile, I would rather go ahead and slowly progress him from the shop. Now, the one reason players might want to get him is that when we look at the Mauler A levels, Mauler A level is a really highly sought after spot. We have obviously Odie, we have Coco, we have Antandra, we have Kruger. I honestly also enjoy Seth, and even Citrana is seeing some play these days. So like the A levels for Maulers is so highly contested at the moment. So maybe it's a way for you to bypass, if he is a really strong unit, to bypass having to get another one of these characters on the wish list and invest into them. But in general, like I said, for me personally, it just doesn't feel as rewarding using the same amount of summons to get an S level to Mythic Plus. It doesn't feel as rewarding using those on an A level. But once again, that is just my personal preference. If you love Soren, go nuts. But once again, I think he would have to be an absolutely broken unit for me to go ahead and pump some of my resources into him. Besides that, I'm still saving. I want to get an S level character that really kind of defines a meta. Now, Elsa as a character is fantastic. We are seeing great results from Elsa, but so far from all the rate up characters we've had between Vala, Floribel, and Elsa, they've all been just good units, but not like completely game-changing, game-breaking, meta-defining units yet. So I am still saving my diamonds for that. I feel like my roster is at a point where I am perfectly happy with that. The only other thing I would consider summoning on, if they gave us a select rate up, so I could put my my Carolina in there and finish her off, because I still need those extra 2 copies. But besides that, there's nothing else I'm really desperate to build. I'm happy to just slowly progress my characters through the store with these A-level characters that I'm going for. As for the S levels, I'm pretty happy with where my account's at. So I am at a very comfortable saving position on my account to try and optimize my account to maybe even, like, thinking even longer term, maybe pick up one character during this season where I can like get them straight to Mythic Plus or a Supreme Plus, and then maybe save and think about investing for the next season. Because like I said, the way this season operated for me wasn't too good. My season on my account started, I had 12 days of doing nothing where I could have played, and then I got super busy on the day it launched, and I just got shunted out of progression, basically because I was busy for the 3 days of my season launch on my account. So I might actually change my focus to trying to compete in the next season, which I know is a long time away. Like, don't get it twisted, but at the same time, I feel like that is where my better investment is played at the moment on my account. But that is the kind of things I'm looking at. Once again, Soren, he is coming tomorrow. You will be able to get 8 copies of him from a rate up. You basically need to hit the rate up unit, being him, the same amount of times as you would with an S level to go ahead and get him to Mythic Plus. But once again, I'm kind of tentative. I'm probably just going to skip altogether unless, like I said, he's completely broken and I feel like I have to get him to compete. But I don't think he's looking that way. I will update you guys. I will do some testing as soon as he drops, get you guys my initial thoughts, and then I'll update you probably a week away with my overall thoughts on whether he is worth it. Once again, as always, if you are unsure, I always recommend to save. If you're just playing for fun and you love the character, then go ahead and summon it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But anyway, guys, let me know what you're thinking about Soren, what you're going to do. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.